Women's breasts, often surprisingly, are large in comparison with other mammals and are the general object of desire of the opposite sex. However, they don't seem to serve any practical purpose. The amount of milk that is produced by a woman is in no way influenced by the size of her breasts. In fact, female breasts are just two lumps of fat that are universally cherished by all human cultures. So, why women would have them in the first place? And why men would like them at all? In the Pleistocene, breasts and buttocks might have served as an indirect indicator of a woman's fertility. Starving was a common problem among our ancestors, and females who weren't thin would be regarded as more attractive. A woman who had enough fat reserves to maintain big breasts and buttocks could also be seen as healthy enough to conceive a child. By contrast, sick or starved women who lost their fat tissues would stop ovulating, just as it happens today with ballerinas or women suffering from anorexia. In old women, breasts would lose their shape and fleshiness. In this way, breasts would make it easier for men to distinguish between young girls and elderly women who weren't fertile anymore. But if it's all about having fat reserves, then why to store them on your chest only instead of spreading it evenly on your whole body? At the outset, consider that our ancestors came from Africa. If you live in a hot climate, you definitely don't want to have an additional heating layer of fat. Secondly, it's not all about breasts. Often, what really matters is the ratio between breasts, waist, and hips. Big breasts and buttocks would give an impression of a narrow waist and a flat belly, which our male ancestors would like, because that meant that the woman was not pregnant, and so ready for mating. There is also another explanation for the size of female breasts. If you compare different human cultures, you will find a number of differences regarding standards of beauty. However, there are at least two features of beauty that are common to every single culture. All people like skin that is free of wrinkles, and all people like symmetry. Symmetrical faces are always considered to be beautiful, and so are symmetrical bodies. Consequently, symmetry can be a good advertisement of one's health, since it cannot be achieved by someone who suffers from inborn or acquired defects. One theory holds that female breasts are also such indicators of symmetry. But anyway, if women were selected by men to have big breasts, then how is it possible that there are any flat-chested women at all? Well, female attractiveness consists of many factors: thick hair, long legs, and so on. Each one of these features has its remittance, so it makes sense to invest in only some of them at the expense of the others. In other words, you rarely can have it all.